Okay, no long introductions tonight. You hear the theme music. This is the Fakeologist Show. We do this show Sunday through Thursday between 8 and 8:30 p.m. Toronto time. And I don't bother saying standard or daylight saving time anymore. It's just too confusing. So Toronto time, that's the same as New York City time. That should be enough for all you people around the world to find who we are. This is show number, it's 686. And tonight we got a great show for you. Normally it's an ounce of salt per day. It's when we go through the week's events, but I took a chance and sent a quick message to Tim Truth of the very large and growing Tim Truth channel. And I asked him to come do a quick hit just to tell us what he's been doing, his great work on East Palestine, which I've consumed many, many hours of over the last few days. And surprisingly, he did make it. So without further ado, let's say hello to the great Tim Truth.
Hello, hello. It's good to be with everybody, and I hope everyone's doing good out there. Shout out to the chat, and thank you to Fakeologist for having me on.
Thank you for joining. And that reminds me, I have to start up the chat. We're on YouTube, of course, Twitter, D Live, and we're also, of course, on FakeoTube. FakeoTube.com is my own video platform that you guys help support. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about Tim Truth, because he is a content creator and he's a very technical, it seems. He knows how to put out good sound. He's got a Sennheiser mic, which I guess is the top of the pop. So that's why he sounds so awesome. And I know he has a video platform service. I think it's similar to mine, but maybe he can tell me quickly about that and how anyone who follows Tim can help support his work as well.
Yeah, thanks for that. We don't need to spend too much time on it, but it's called groupdiscover.com, and it's a member site, and it's basically a huge repository, like 24,000 videos and counting. Members
Well,
can add videos, and then everyone rates the videos, and the best ones rise to the top. It's searchable, that kind of thing.
is that your software?
Yep, built it from scratch, pretty much. I mean, not the database
Wow.
application and stuff like that, but yeah, that's what I used to do, and how I have just a semblance of freedom in terms of making this type of in-depth work possible. Uh, so I have a lot to thank computers for.
And it's called groupdiscover.com.
Yep. .com.
Okay. So if someone joins up, how much does it cost and what do you get for that?
Well, we have a 50% off sale for the next week. So if you signed up, make sure to use coupon code FREEDOM.
Okay.
And it's pretty cheap, just a couple bucks a month. Not $2, but more like with the 50% off, it'd be like $4. I forgot exactly the amount, but
Okay.
yeah, pretty reasonable. And there's a ton of great stuff. That's really the only way to get all of my research, because whenever I find a video, I put it in the repository, and as do the other members. So it's a good ecosystem of discoveries.
Can an outsider access it though, if they want to look at it?
At this point, it's all locked down to
Okay.
the members.
Okay. I'm kind of the other way. I'm do the value for value thing where I like to keep everything open. I'm of the opinion that truth should be free, but also user supported for the people that can't afford it. They can live off the people that can't afford it. Kind of like a socialist system, but really I just want everyone, as many people to get the truth as possible because I think it's that important. But you've chosen the
Yeah, no, I
membership.
agree with that. But I put out a lot of stuff for free, so I don't feel too guilty.
No, I'm fine with it. I just haven't gone into Group Discover because I'm probably too cheap to pay for it. But that's really interesting. So the reason I wanted to have you on tonight is I wanted to talk to you about your great research on East Palestine. And actually, somebody recommended David to me, and I talked to him, and I'm guessing they found David maybe through your website, through your Odyssey video. And I actually grabbed your video. I hope you don't mind, and put it on
I love it.
FakeoTube for cross promotion. One of the things I do when I put a video on FakeoTube is I had the programmer put in the source. So if anyone wants to know where I got it, they can go down here to see the word source, and then they can click on it and find out where it came from. So this is obviously your Odyssey channel.
Nice. Yep, that's
Let me-
awesome. I love the source idea. We do the same thing on the platform that I launched, and it
Okay.
helps people find not just the video clips, but tune into the best channels. So I'm glad you have that.
So I'm kind of going back and forth with all your videos. I have one of the great things about Odyssey is I have my podcatcher grab the Odyssey video and pull it onto my phone, and then it downloads it, and then I can listen to it without streaming when I'm on the road, which is where I do most of my listening. So that for some reason I got crossed up with your huge East Palestine series. So I think I've listened to the latest, and then I'm going backwards because I guess my phone didn't download them because Odyssey was giving trouble for the last couple of weeks. And so now I just finished your 3.5 hour marathon with David, and that was just packed with information. I was extremely impressed with that one.
Yeah, that was a fun one, and the insights were and revelations were just flowing. So we kept it going, and yeah, I sometimes I have these long sprawling shows, and I feel bad because I know people don't have all the time in the world. So I do try to be very considerate about packing the info in and not just putting together a 4 hour show for the hell of it. So I really like the boiled down 10-minute, 20-minute shows is my favorite. But it's kind of like that quote. Yeah, sorry my letter's so long, but I didn't have time to to
To
shorten it, to
shorten it.
whittle it down. So
Yeah.
sometimes I like to take the time though and just compress it and edit it way the hell down.
So are you a full-time truth seeker investigative reporter? Because
These
it's
days, yes. Yeah.
okay. And how do you make a living doing that? Is it just through the usership, the donations, or the memberships to your site? Is there enough there to keep you going?
Well, I hardly do. It's
Okay.
just scraping by. Um, but one day I hope to make a living.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Because you can tell I know how long it takes to do anything, and you do videos, and that's got to be one of the hardest things to do. Put together all these screenshots and these uh whatever you call them, these thumbnails. It's a lot of work. So
The
yeah, I
trick
could.
is just to put it all into muscle memory and not
Mhm.
overthink it. Just not let the perfect be the enemy of the good and just keep churning it out.
But you're doing so much research. Is this your biggest project, this East Palestine thing that you've ever done?
No, it's just I see the opportunity to jump on it. It's very reminiscent to COVID. I'm not sure if we're on YouTube, probably aren't we? Um,
Well, I can turn YouTube off if you want to start talking anything COVID. I have no problem, and that's usually what I do. So there's
I don't
actually
want to. I don't think I'm going to step on any landmines here, but you know how
okay.
petty they are. I'm just
I know they are.
amazed at the parallels. I'll see if I can avoid anything that would be strikeable.
Well,
It's interesting.
I'll just tell everyone at YouTube go to FacoTube, and we're gonna hang up on YouTube right now. So we'll do that. Everyone.